interesting videos from all over the internet that's going to make you question reality. Let's just start.
Something that I'll never forget too, that someone had said, this man had said this, was that women, when they're very upset, they take away all of their love. They just take it all away. Like once they're upset or angry, it's gone. Like the nurturing's gone. They're completely cold and distant until they're ready to give it back. They don't have like no in between where it's like, I'm still here and I love you and I got you, but I'm just really upset right now. I need a second, you know? No, they just completely disappear, very angry. You're the enemy until they're ready to be present again. And so with that being said, if you had a mother who was like that, and then you're now in a relationship with someone and they're about to walk out the door, you're thinking you're going to take all of your love away from me. All of it's going to be gone until you're ready to give it back, until I do the right thing. And so when you're trying to keep them in the door and you're having this split and you're like putting your hands on them, to the other person's coming out, this is an abusive person. But to you, it's like, no, I just want to say the right thing so that you'll stay. So borderline personality can look a little different than just like a narcissistic personality disorder. You have narcissistic tendencies for sure, and narcissistic behaviors for sure. Anyone that's following their emotions is going to be. But a lot of these splits and a lot of these things come from a deep sense of wanting the love and wanting to do everything right and wanting to be heard. It's just coming off incredibly abusive.
I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. I am so tired that this is my life. This was my marriage for 16 years. This has been almost 5 years of a horrible divorce. And now it's co-parenting, not just till they're 18. This shit will be pulled by this fucking asshole sociopath much longer than that. This is going to affect graduations, college. This is going to affect them dating, them getting engaged, marriages, grandbabies. This is going to infect the rest of my life, sharing holidays. They're going to ruin everything. They're going to turn your kids against you. They are the most vindictive people. For nothing. You did nothing but see them for who they were and decide to leave. And now they hate you. They have to make you pay for seeing who they really are. And your precious children are innocent in this, and yet they get their little weeds into their brains and they start turning them against you, just like they did with campaign smearing with a lot of people you knew. And you put on a brave face most of the time, and you heal and you grow. But sometimes this is the reality of dealing with a narcissist forever and never being able to fully fucking escape.
Girls, deepest, darkest, and
You have to be mindful of who we marry.
top secrets that they don't want you to know about. Part 2. There's always a man on social media, in her DMs of any kind, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, WhatsApp, it don't matter. There's always a dude putting in more effort than you. Always. There's a dude saying good morning and good night every fucking day. There's a dude replying to all of her stories. There's always a dude, and sometimes, and most
This is why you don't have to even chase girls.
You don't know about that.
It's crazy.
You don't know about that. So
Change your purpose.
keep that in mind next time you fuck up. There's always a dude.
We don't care,
I'm
man.
not saying she's replying. She could be. There's always a
business.
dude who's always trying harder than you every fucking single day. Like, y'all just don't give up, huh?
Don't beat me up.
Try as hard as you want. I
That
don't
is
care.
angry for no reason, just mean. He's either broke or he's fighting his sexuality. Trust me, I know it. It's always one of the two. Sis, if he just angry for no reason.
Did you know that there's literally a job out there where you can rob men legally on their request? Like, they literally just want you to tell them to send you money over and over again. I'm not kidding. It's called financial domination. It's a niche form of spicy
Why will a
role
man
play,
do that
where
when
the
there's a lot
whole
of
thing that excites them
philanthropic work
is
to
you
do?
taking control of their
It's
finances.
crazy.
Does not have to be explicit at all. It's a mind control thing, telling them how much to send and
Mind
when. And even the
control.
Tootsie and Boot game, like feed pics, whatever, that's not a gimmick. It's not on Feed Finder. But you create general social media pages and fan sites branded under an alias to only attract these clients. I made women 1.8 mil total in 11 months, teaching them how to do this, $700K in 4 years alone. Just me doing this, and now I'm doing a free live masterclass to teach the girlies how to get in on this spicy side work hustle, because I'm just going to be honest with you. With AI coming out in the next 2 years, there's going to be a 50% unemployment rate, and the girlies need an online side hustle. So comment brat, and I will send you the deets. Toodle.
Things to never tell a woman, part 2. First, never tell a woman how much money you make. Most of the time, that's not going to work in your favor. I'm sure whatever amount you make, she probably wants and hopes.
And now people are even giving their money
Number
away
2,
just
don't
like
ever
that.
tell a woman your insecurity.
Of course you shouldn't.
Don't tell her that you're scared of this, or you wish you had a better body, or you're insecure about your job and how much money. None of that, okay? That stuff is for mommy. That's not for your lover. Number 3, don't ever, ever, ever tell a woman, before I tell you, don't forget to follow here, because I got content coming out every day for you. Never tell a woman that she is your everything.
Nope.
A woman does not want to know that she is the only most important thing in your life. Intuitively, it seems like that's the case. However, she wants to know that you have a well-rounded life with other things going on.
For sure. Like, I hate when niggas say, well, I know my wife.
You know your wife.
Everybody, you know the person that she's presenting, that she knows to be. And that probably could be her 100 for the relationship.
Okay.
Everybody has that side of them that you will never know, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just and that ain't no fake shit. It's just respect. Certain shit I don't need to know. I don't need to know the conversation you had with your sister, your mama. I don't need to know that. I don't need to know the shot conversation when y'all taking shots. I don't need to know that.
Right. Yeah.
But niggas is acting like, you know what I'm saying? But niggas be acting like, I know everything. No, you don't, buddy. I don't know everything. I
think for some of them type of niggas, it's their own comfort. Like they
Okay.
feed themselves something.
True
to
that,
their
yeah,
own-
yeah.
Let me say this. I got something to say about that. So, are we okay? With that being said, with all of that being said, are we saying that because there is a level of utmost respect to where certain things won't be disclosed? Are we saying that there's something wrong with that? Or are we saying...
we said in the beginning, we said cheating is anything that you wouldn't do in front of your husband or your wife. That's what we said cheating is.
That you don't want done to yourself.
That you don't want done to yourself and that you wouldn't do or to...
What if the other person doesn't care?
Or you don't want them to
It's
find
crazy.
out. That's cheating,
Like,
basically,
this is
right?
so complicated.
You don't have to be sexual.
Alright, so my normal routine was when the client walked in the room to come to see me for my time, I would tell them to put the donation, we'll put the roses on the table. I wouldn't physically allow them to hand me over the money. They would have to put it on the dresser. And then I would tell them, okay, you can get comfortable. They get comfortable, and what I mean by that is they would get undressed and get on the bed, and we will go from there. So like in my last story, I was saying this one in particular was not getting comfortable. They just sat on the bed.
The prettiest people do the ugliest
they
things.
got up and they walked out because they couldn't, what's the word, incriminate me.
She didn't trust a pretty lady.
Of course, for me never saying anything on the phone, that would get me in trouble, or even
They be doing the most.
So
This is your sign to not get a sugar daddy and instead create a page as a fin-dom brat and be a professional spoiled brat for a living. I'm not effing kidding. I've made $700K in the past 3 years
Why is this
by
thing
creating
a trend
socials
right
and
now?
fan sites niched as a financial dominatrix over men's finances. They're literally coming to you to have you tell them to send money over and over again. I also teach girls how to go live on a platform that you can do your fucking nails and men will send you money. Because here's the thing, the spicy industry is booming. It's booming. You do not need to make an OnlyFans to benefit off of it, and you do not need to post and pop anything crazy on the internet to benefit off of it. In fact, I like girls to keep it classy on my channel, okay? And gain that money and then put it towards a different business, which is exactly what I did. And yeah, I want girls to get money and keep their
free and easy like that.
not on the internet. So
I understand why people are being trans now. It's crazy.
You should dump your partner if they do any of the following. If they've ever driven crazy to make you scared, dump them. If they've ever kicked you out of the car, dump them. If they've ever put you in an unsafe situation on vacation, dump them. If they've ever left you in the street, dump them. If they've ever kicked you out of a restaurant, dump them. If they punish you in any way, dump them. If they give you the silent treatment, dump them. If they hang up on you, dump them. If they ever try to isolate you from your family, dump them. If they ever try to turn you against your family, dump them. If they ever try to make you feel less than them, dump them. If they ever ask you, what do you bring to the table? Dump them immediately. Next, if you feel like during the relationship you don't have enough room for yourself and you're losing so much energy, dump them. Like, that is a sign. If they've ever bragged or compared other people they could have, if they ever brag about being a fuckboy, dump them. They're trash. Anyone I know that can pull, they keep that shit to themselves. Anything that makes a big deal of itself is begging for your approval. You do not want to be dating people that need your approval. You do not want to be dating anyone that's insecure. If you feel like they are insecure, if you even feel like they're jealous of you, dump them. They will compete with you the entire time. If they are subtly putting you down, putting your interests down, diminishing your achievements, and they might not do any of those things in public, they might dog whistle and say something that alludes to that only you would understand. All those things, dump them.
The time I realized that other cultures kind of get this, I need you to hear me. Other cultures tend to get this. And when I say other cultures, I'm talking about white culture, Indian culture. I'm talking about other cultures other than African Americans. And a lot of the time what happens is you're mistaking the playboy for a husband, and you're trying to marry a playboy instead of marrying a husband. And that's, a lot of women don't realize this. A lot of women don't realize this. And this is why you continue to have such horrible dating experiences. Because you could be sitting there ignoring the husband material, ignoring the man that is already put you in his forever category. A man will sleep with you, hang out with you, Netflix and chill with you, and you are not his type at all, but he enjoys the sex, he enjoys your company, he enjoys the fun. And now as a woman, you've put this type of man into the husband material. They looked at the playboy and said he just wasn't the one, he wasn't faithful, he wasn't ready to settle down. But Rebecca, as a matchmaker, I want you to find me the man who looks like Mr. Playboy, who wants to be loyal and faithful to me and committed to me, and find me my husband, but I want him to look like Mr. Playboy and act like Mr.
Let's cut straight to the chase. A man isn't going to choose you just because you did the most for him. That's not how men work. You can build him up from the ground, fix his credit, help him get a job, fund his business, raise his kids, and think somehow you've secured a position. But let me wake you up. He didn't ask you to do that. And here's the kicker. After everything you've done, he'll turn around and give the best of himself to someone who did none of it. Why? Because she doesn't make him feel like a charity case. She makes him feel like a man. You were the training ground, but she's the championship game. You put in the work, the sweat, the effort, and when he finally levels up, he takes that refined version of himself and plays his heart out for someone else. And you're left wondering why he never gave you that effort. Because deep down, he doesn't want to look at the woman who saw him weak, struggling, and broken. That reminds him of what he used to be. And no man wants to lay next to his past every night. So let me be blunt.
True.
Stop thinking that your sacrifices will make him stay. Either he's going to say, I never asked you for this, or he's going to say, thank you for the upgrade, I'm out. But one thing he's not going to do is give you some lifelong loyalty award for carrying him through the struggle. So save your energy. Stop playing builder and start playing queen. Because the right man doesn't need you to fix him. He just needs you to be a woman he wants to win for. And remember, ladies, accept nothing less than queen treatment.
All right.
So when I got to prison, I had no idea that I was going to be placed in the same prison pod as my co-defendant. And if you don't know what a co-defendant is, it is somebody that you caught a charge with. So this was my best friend on the streets. Like, we sat in county jail for 7 months, completely separate from each other while fighting our case. And then she was sentenced 2 weeks before me to prison for 2 years. And then I was sentenced to 2 years. And we went to the same prison, and we knew that, but we just didn't know we were going to be in the same pod. So again, she was already in prison for 2 weeks, settled in. I go through my first day, which is, there's so much stuff that you have to do. You go through medical and a psych evaluation, and you strip down, and you remove it's a lot. It literally takes almost 24 hours. So that night, after I'm done with everything, they're finally assigning us to our dorms and our bunks. So they put me in this dorm, right? I walk in, everyone's staring.
Women do not want to be loved. Let me explain. Fellas, you must understand, A woman wants to feel love. She don't want you to fall in love with her. The moment you fall in love with her, respect goes out the window, and she's gonna do everything in her power to disrespect. You never get emotionally attached to a woman, she will never cheat on you. But the moment you get emotionally attached to that woman, she's gonna cheat on you. Once that woman know you ain't going nowhere, and she know you in love with her, and you show her that you cannot live without her, she gonna disrespect you in any type of way, and that love gonna make you put up with a lot of bullshit. When you fall in love with a woman and get emotionally attached to a woman, it's never gonna end well for you. That's why they say never fall in love with a person, because the one that cares the most loses. If anything, a woman's supposed to fall in love with you. You ain't supposed to fall in love with her. Your job as a man is to create the love. When you fall in love with a woman, she has nothing to strive for. She has nothing to work towards. That's why it's a good idea not to fall in love with a woman. A woman don't want a man as emotionally as she is. Now, I'm going to put you up on game on how to deal with a woman, because you dudes try to make it seem like women are so difficult to deal with, and they're not. These are 3 things you need to understand when it comes to women. Know what makes her happy. Know what triggers her. Know what makes her feel love. You merge all them 3 things together, she ain't never going nowhere. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Free game.
But I had one trafficker tell me one time that when they got the girl, a young girl, that they would rape her over and over and over until she would have a very high temperature. And that's from the semen and all the abuse on her body, that she would either die or she would overcome that temperature, and then she would be a more usable product to him, because she could sleep with more men, over time, and would be a product that would last. I just thought, my goodness, if that was my 8-year-old, my 9-year-old, I wanted to kill that man. But he was speaking the truth of what happens. They'll take a girl and rape her hundreds of times to produce a better product for themselves.
I can always tell when a bitch is a dickhead, because I always be like, I don't ask niggas for money, and they be like, you stupid. Niggas will be quick to ask you for some pussy. I know that, and that's fine, and I'm obligated to say no. I don't think that y'all grown as 25, 30, 35-year-old women know that y'all can say no. Y'all don't have to give up y'all puss. But y'all end up taking the money from the nigga and giving him the puss anyway, when you could have just dubbed the nigga and never spoke to him again. You're a prostitute in denial, babe. You only knew your worth for like 5 minutes until he said he was giving you the money. Y'all bitches will do anything for money. And I really blame y'all mothers, because a lot of y'all mothers was whores, and a lot of y'all grandmothers was whores. It's like everybody's coming down, but y'all want to be in denial so bad. If you're gonna be a whore, own it. Y'all try to be in denial so bad, like you're a prostitute.
We've come to the end of the video. The last part was very harsh. It was so harsh, and I wasn't expecting that. But then, hey, I don't know what to say about that. Just leave your comments in the comment section below if you have something to say, and I would get there and interact with you guys. If you come to the end of the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also share with your friends, and also click on the notification bell icon so that any video that I post, you will be the first to get it. Adios amigos, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.